might sound like the plot of a Hollywood movie, but for Canadian artist Marianne Thompson, it's all too real. In August, she got a message no artist wants to get. Her painting, Lady of the Lake, had been stolen from a small Winnipeg gallery. According to police, thieves broke one of the windows at Warehouse Artworks and took Marianne's piece, as well as another by a different artist. Where the art is and who took it is still a mystery that they're still trying to solve. Marianne, who is based in Massachusetts, joins us now over Zoom. Good morning, Marianne.
Good morning.
What a story this is. I can't imagine how it felt to get this news. What was your first reaction?
Well, I was kind of dumbfounded. It's just not something you expect, and especially because the painting doesn't really have any value in and of itself. So it's hard, to me it does, and I think it's worth what it cost, but I can't imagine why anyone would try to resell it. And it's also it's hard for my brain to understand why.
This sounds like an odd question, but I'm curious, does it at all feel flattering? Yeah.
I can't deny that there's the result of it is all this national press, which is, it's lemonade out of lemons, I guess. But I kind of, when I paint because I, love to paint. And so it's fame and trying to be a successful, have a successful career has never been my focus. So I would prefer the painting just be with someone that loves it through traditional measures to get that way.
Right. For it to be bought rather than stolen.
Yeah, that's more what I'm interested in. But I can't deny that there's, an upside to all of it, I guess.
I want to talk about this piece, Lady of the Lake. I have a photo of it in front of me here. It's gorgeous. It depicts the Grace Anne II, or the second, a wooden yacht that sailed the waters of Lake of the Woods for decades. Tell me more about this painting. What do this boat and lake mean to you?
Well, they mean everything to me. I don't get to be there through the most of the year, but I've been my family's had this small island on the lake since 1926. And the Grace Anne showed up only a few years later on Lake of the Woods. And my father's family, they would get excited when it came into the bay, the Grace Anne. And my whole life, I see it in the distance and I'll go and stand on that part of the island and just watch it go by because it's so beautiful and it purrs. It doesn't make noise, it purrs. And it has, for a big ship like that, there's hardly any wake. It represents everything that I love about, the lake and craftsmanship. Ooh, that's my video. So, but it's so deeply, the lake and the ship are so integral to who I am now that if I have a major test that I have to take or something, my panic dream, the nightmare that I can't control is that I've been given the keys to the ship and I have to bring it safely to port, and I try, but I crash it.
So this ship is ingrained into your entire being.
It is. It's a deep part of me. Breakup, I have dreams about. It's always about crashing the Grace, which is probably why it took me so long to venture to paint it. Because my experience with it is failure.
Well, you painted it beautifully, the movement in the water, you can see that idea that it's not creating a major wake, or it doesn't, I guess it doesn't look loud. It's just this nice, soft kind of water movement that's coming from it.
Yeah. Well, and it has, the whole paintings is sort of surprisingly quiet for me. It has the reflections and it has, there's this sense of motion, but it is this sort of peaceful, calm scene.
Yeah, and our viewers on YouTube can kind of look at your process of this, and there's a video that you took of the Grace Anne kind of just purring through the waters there, as you said. For folks who don't have an appreciation or understanding of the process of a painting like this, how much work goes into making something like this?
This was probably 3 weeks of work. And normally I'm much more like, I don't bother with a grid. And I don't often even bother with a sketch beforehand. I just something, it happens extemporaneously. But ship boats are very difficult to draw because they have curves sort of going in all different directions as you go up. It's very easy to fail painting a boat. And I loved her so much that I wanted to get every little detail right. So I made a grid. I had to do some algebra to transfer the picture that I had taken from the video that I shot. Yeah, from the smaller size to a larger panel.
Right.
And then with each like little square, you're focusing on trying to copy it. So it's not, I think sometimes people will like project the thing on their canvas and then trace it out. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to still make it difficult and like still need my eye. But I also wanted to make sure that every detail was going to be correct of the boat.
You spent a lot of time with this painting and with a subject that means a lot to you. How do you kind of reconcile with that and the fact that it's missing?
Well, I mean, the thing about being an artist is that you have to let go of everything that you love. So I had already resigned myself to the fact that it was going to be out of my control, but I did not foresee it. Often I like to know who a painting goes to, at least loosely. Like I know that they, if they love the lake and there's a tree that reminds them of their tree, and like I get the personal connection, and it makes it okay that the painting is off living a life with someone else. But it's harder to process this one. But it's also it's interesting and curious, and I wish I knew whether it was like for some deluded person who thought they could get money for it, or if it was for love, like someone figured, well, they love the painting, but they can't afford it, so they'll steal it, and I would get the insurance money, so it would be win-win. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you being kept up to date on the investigation? Are you in contact with Winnipeg police at all?
No, I haven't been in contact with them. And I learned about this in August. It happened in August. And then it just sort of, nothing was happening. Like I was just resigning myself to the fact that it was gone and no one would ever find it. And so I don't know why it, suddenly became, people were suddenly looking for it, but I'm grateful that happened, because I thought about like writing to the Free Press or just to ask people to be on the lookout. So I forgot your question.
No, that's okay. Yeah, just I guess I'm gonna end with if you could give a message to whoever has your painting, whoever has Lady of the Lake in their possession, what would you say to them?
I would say I hope that they took it for love and not for money. And I hope that they could find it in their hearts to somehow get it back. It's sadder because the gray sand isn't on the lake anymore, as far as I know. And so the loss of that is big to me, but to lose, I think this is definitely one of the better paintings of it that exists. So, and I'd say that not out of vanity, but just out of knowing the amount of effort that went into it and the reaction that it tends to get from people who know it.
Well, Marianne, I hope that we get to speak again about some better news, but I appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you speaking with me.
That's Marianne Thompson, a Canadian artist based in Massachusetts, painter, artist behind Lady of the Lake, and as we mentioned, police are still investigating the theft.